Hello. Hi there, Waltergrams. How are you doing? Right, I'm doing it now. Go on, go do what you need to do, okay? Go on. Oh man. Okay, so. So much Disney news to cover, actually, guys. I've not actually been keeping up with it, so hopefully some of this you haven't heard before. So if you have, I do apologize in advance. But I just thought I'd pick the things that I haven't seen floating around from other people. The first thing that I saw come across was that American Idol is going to Alani Resort in Hawaii, which I thought was pretty cool, actually. Ryan Seacrest actually announced it, sharing exciting news today that for the first time ever, the show will be heading to Hawaii to film its showcase rounds at Alani, a Disney resort and spa in Ko-Olina. That was posted on Friday, December the 14th. So everything, I'm guessing, is going to be from round about that time. Hello, Almsy. How are you doing? So that is the first bit. Magical Tournament events, current American Idol winner Maddie Poppy and runner-up Caleb Lee Hutchinson enjoying their award-winning trip at Atlanta when the announcement was made. They're going to celebrate in person with Mickey and Minnie. Maddie was awarded a trip to... Oh, that's just like who won it, to be fair. I haven't watched American Idol in quite a long time. I recently found out that it was actually being redone. I'm doing good. I'm doing very good. Just catching up on some Disney news, and then we can have a Q&A for a little bit, which I'm excited for. I've not done this before, so that's pretty cool. So I'm excited. So American Idol is coming to Alani. The next thing I have seen floating around is the gondolas. Now, if you're not, or the Disney Skyliner, this was 3 days ago again on Friday. What is happening with the gondolas or the Skyliners is that it is going to be like carts on a high-powered electrical wire. You know how gondolas are. So there's been some photos that have been taken on Friday that the first maintenance gondolas take to Disney Skyliner cables. So someone has been able to get pictures from outside Hollywood studios and are getting a glimpse of what the new Disney Skyliner will look like with gondolas on the cables, which I actually quite enjoy the look of. I really am enjoying the look of these. They look really cool. I'm excited to actually try them when I go. They look really cool. Obviously, they're just like the maintenance ones, so I don't think they're going to be as heavy as what the regular ones are because they're open topped, and they are just a it looks like they're just the base, for people to stand in. So hopefully, once they've worked out all the kinks and things, everything should be a-okay for them. But I found this and I was like, I've not seen this before. Do I wear wigs? No. Why? Huh. It's a very weird question. No, I do not wear wigs. Have I worn wigs? No, I have not worn wigs. Never ever. Should I be wearing wigs? Am I missing something? Are they the turn of the century? I mean, probably not. I probably won't wear wigs. I don't think that's going to be an option for me. When will I wear wigs? Never. I don't think I need to wear one, to be fair. No, I think I'm okay without wearing one. So the maintenance gondolas look pretty cool, and I'm pretty excited for these to come into play. Again, with everything coming, Disney is announcing everything. Everything is coming in fall 2019. So fall 2019 is the place to be for Disney. Someone on the SCB Discord wants to know if you recommend any documentaries on the Walt Disney Company, Disney, or anything in that area. I do. Disney documentaries, the one that I watched was Walt, the Man Behind the Myth. I enjoyed that one. That one was presented by Diane Disney Miller, which is his daughter. Hello, Disney grown-ups, and hello, Park Hopping Mad. Hello, fellow Zach Packers. Yes, the leader is here, the infamous leader. Walt, the Man Behind the Myth, Almsey, and if they're wanting one just based on the story with actors, I highly recommend Walt Before Mickey as well. That's a really good one. Hello from Florida. Oh, that's so cool. Wow. There we go. Yeah, Walter Grams knows quite a few more as well. Yeah, it's 8:30. It's really late. Walt Before Mickey is a great film. You are very welcome. Gigantic. What's Gigantic? I've not heard. Mel Gibson. What is Gigantic? I've not heard of that. Oh, and thank you for taking the time to stay up and watch me, you guys, Disney grown-ups. I appreciate that. Don Bluth? Don Bluth? Who's Don Bluth? Y'all are asking me some really hard questions. Who's Don Bluth? When did? Okay, now you look, and I know who it is. Now that I didn't know his name, but when did he pass away? Huh. 2013. Oh. Huh. Oh no, that's Toby. Is he? I don't think. I'm not getting anything. Is he? Has he passed away? Oh, okay, cool. I've not seen that actually. Let me just have a quick look at them. Gigantic, isn't it? Oh, that looks cool. Oh, I like the look of that. From the director of Tangled. Oh, interesting. Initial release 21st of November 2018. Obviously, it's been cancelled. Ah, cool. That's pretty. I've not heard about that. I've not heard. Disney don't usually cancel movies like that. The last one I heard of Disney cancelling a movie was Pixar's Newt. Yeah, I wasn't sure of his name. I know who we're on about. I just wasn't sure of his name. Yeah. I didn't know he passed away actually. So I'm a little bit tears in my eyes. Tears in my eyes. Okay, so a little bit of an update at Disney Springs from December the 14th, so Friday again. The experience at Disney Springs, there is like a pop-up shop or a pop-up area, should I say, where people are having the experience to be able to play Kingdom Hearts 3, see a Keyblade exhibit and some special artwork. And I've heard about this, and I'm so upset that I'm not able to go. But they can pre-order the game from the look of it says here, which is set to release for January 29th, which I am going to be getting. The experience will be open through January 31st and can be found in the former Disney Corner building, which was the store when World of Disney was being renovated and redone. It looks so cool though. It looks pretty cool. For those of you who doesn't know what Kingdom Hearts is, it is a game. Is a Japanese role-playing game produced by Square Enix and Disney, and it has literally, well, I want to say literally every character, but it doesn't have every character. There's a fair few characters in this one. They have Winnie the Pooh, I believe, Baymax or Big Hero 6. Who else did they put in? I think Tigger they put in as well. There's just so many characters, and us fans of Kingdom Hearts have been waiting so long for this. I can't actually wait to play this game. I really can't. If Article 13 doesn't go through properly, I will be playing it on the channel for sure. But fingers crossed that everything works out well. Who hates watermelons? Why do I hate watermelons? I just don't like the taste of watermelons. They're kind of yucky. So yeah, it's some really weird questions, but it's all good. I'm happy for these random questions. Okay, the next thing, you guys that actually live in Florida may be aware of this, or if not, then it's going to be news for you. Cali River Rapids is scheduled for refurbishment in the new year. It's set to begin on January the 7th through to March the 22nd and reopening to guests on March the 23rd, 2019. Let's see if there's any more refurbishments coming up. Yeah. Oh, that's Liberty Square Riverboat. Liberty Square Riverboat is reopening on the 21st of December. Blizzard Beach is closed on the October 28th until January the 5th. Siestas Cantina opens again on January the 5th. Tom Sawyer Island on December the 21st, and the Walt Disney Railroad is being closed for 2 years. December the 3rd, 2020, is that right? Why so long? Why so long for... That's strange. Typhoon Lagoon is closing January the 6th until March the 16th. Peter Pan's Flight is closing on January the 7th to the February the 1st. Shoreline Speedway, January the 2nd to May the 17th. And again, Walt Disney World Railroad. Huh. That's strange. Anything else? I think that's everything. It's just the same ones over and over again. Yeah, it's just the same ones over and over again so far. Why so long for Walt Disney World Railroad? What's going on with that? Oh, of course. Yes. It might be actually. I did read that they are closing some rides for Tron. So that could possibly be one of them. Interesting. I'm very intrigued to see the Tron coaster actually. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm believing they're basing it off the one in Shanghai, or are they changing it up a little bit for Disney World? And let's see here. There is a expansion for the next part, and the last part I have found that I've not heard about. They are set for expansion near to the Magic Kingdom, located on the former short takeoff and landing airport close to the ticket center and transportation. The area becomes an imaginary project area for the new Fantasyland back in 2011. The area is most visible when traveling on a monorail. Permitting plans real. The 2 large trailers will be added, along with a dozen small units complete with parking and sidewalks. Cool. So they're making like a new area from the look of it. Let's see. It's making like a new contract area. I'm guessing this is to do with the Tron coaster. Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't look. I assume it's not going to be permanent. Interesting. So many cool things coming. I'm so excited. But like I'm saying, I was reading all this before on the other day. Fall 2019 looks like. Oh yeah, Space Mountain. Yeah. I think that does need an update. To be fair, I mean, I've only ridden it a couple of times at Florida, but personally, I have to say that I actually prefer the one at Paris. The one at Disney World, just to me, it really isn't up to scratch, to be fair. And I think it needs a bit of an update too. I mean, when was the last time Space Mountain was updated? I can't even think. I don't think I've heard anything about Space Mountain in like a long time. So there's just so many great things. Fall 2019 just seems to be the place to go. I mean, it's a real rough ride. Yeah, it does need new theming as well. I highly agree. I think what they should do is take a leaf out of how Disneyland Paris had it at the beginning, and just take the story and just completely just run with the story seriously. I think that would be the best thing to do, personally, because I think every ride at Disney and especially in a theme park, every ride should have a story. I mean, Splash Mountain has a story. Oh man, I can't give any suggestions yet. I haven't been to Pandora. The last time I went to Disney World was in 2011. That was the last time I went to a park. So best people to ask, Almsy, is Park Hopping Mad. They live in Florida, so they are very close to the parks and can go whenever they want. Totally not jealous in any way, guys, at all. But yeah, they can give you the things. But oh man, 2019 just looks insanely good. There's so much happening. Mickey and Minnie's Railway looks insanely cool. We got announced that it was fall 2019. We're not set on a date yet. Same with Star Wars Land Galaxy's Edge. That's not got a proper date yet. What else? The gondolas are coming. Just so much is happening in fall. And I'm actually intrigued why, and maybe someone can answer this for me in the chat, but why fall 2019? Why that particular season of the year? Is that a time where new things are supposedly coming out for Disney in the future? Or is it just the way that everything's been set up from when it was announced at D23? Because I don't know why. I mean, I'm not complaining at all. I mean, it's absolutely great that it's all coming out as like one big thing. And by far, Hollywood Studios needs a massive update because they've not done anything since Toy Story Land. Another thing that's coming to Hollywood Studios, I forgot. Pixar Place is being redone to be set as The Incredibles as well, which I absolutely love. I'm excited for doing that as well. And excited for doing that little Jack mini game as well that they've got planned, which I'm very excited to do as well. So, yeah, I can't wait. There's so many good things coming to Hollywood Studios. I've also heard a rumor that Hollywood Studios is supposed to be having a name change. I've not heard anything solid proof on it. I think it's more of just a rumor. But they are. The rumor is that they are looking to change the name of Hollywood again. Yeah, they changed it because. Yeah, well, MGM Studios, they had that agreement with MGM, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, but because Disney owns so much now, they said that they wanted to change it so then they weren't in partnership with people. Well, that's very confusing. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether it's true. I'm not too sure, but maybe they could in the future. I mean, I'm not sure why they would, because Hollywood Studios seems to. Yeah, loads of people call it MGM. Everyone that I know calls it MGM. But I mean, it's just the way it's been known as since like opening day. Yeah, I mean, it's just the way it is, isn't it? Maybe they'll try and find a way to incorporate MGM again. Like instead of Metro Goldwyn Mayer, they'll call it something else. I'm not too sure. Disney IP Land. It is a pretty generic name. I can't lie. To me, it's that I don't know. It sounds just kind of boring. To be fair, like it really does. It just sounds like it's like you say. It's just really generic and just bland, and it's not Disney at all. To be fair, like obviously Epcot stands for something. You got Magic Kingdom, and Animal Kingdom. I mean, Animal Kingdom itself, that's kind of explanatory because animals in it and stuff, but Hollywood Studios, it just sounds a bit blah. But anyway, what can we do? Unfortunately, we don't work there and we can't change their minds, so it's up to them. Yeah, I mean, I think this is why people are changing it, Arms. I think this is why people at Disney are upgrading it so much. 2019 is like, it looks like Hollywood Studios or MGM is the place to be. Exactly, yeah, outside the Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror, there's nothing to do. Actually, wait a moment. I heard something about the Rock and Roller Coaster. I don't know whether it's true. Let me just see. Yeah, this is it here. Although it's not officially Disney, I've heard that the Rock and Roller Coaster is undergoing a change, and that they might actually get rid of the starring Aerosmith part and completely like redo it in the inside. But it doesn't. I don't know what they're going to change it to. I don't know. Can't see what it says. There's again. I'm just reading this. There's so many rumors. Apparently, there's a rumor for Indiana Jones themed land, which, to be fair, I do not think. Yes, that's what it was. Yeah. That's what it was. Marvel. Yeah. Um, Fall 2019. That's becoming Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We've not heard a date yet, but it's fall 2019. Yeah, I mean, I've just read it's like over 20 years old now. But yeah, that's what I heard. They're supposed to be changing the whole thing around that area for Marvel themed, which kind of makes sense. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Or maybe what they can do is actually make like a gate in a gate, if that makes sense. Like make a separate part, kind of like in Hollywood studios, because unless they're going to change the whole area and theme it around Marvel, would that also include the Hollywood Tower of Terror like they've done at California? Because they absolutely could. They absolutely could. Disney, yeah, obviously, since Disney is a huge land. Marvel Land actually sounds really good. 3 new lands coming to Walt Disney World in. Oh, it is. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's interesting. Have we any idea where that's going? Let's have a look. Let's see. Um, 2 billion euros to transform Walt Disney Studios Park, new Star Wars land, Star Wars, Marvel, and Frozen Land. Huh. That's going to Hong Kong. Become. Oh. Interesting. Toy Story Playland. That's the. Oh man, there's just so much. There really, really is. Tell you one thing. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, they could do so much with it, Almsy. They really, really could. I mean, Marvel in itself is just a huge thing, but also remember that Big Hero 6 can go into that, because Big Hero 6 is a Marvel comic as well, hence why Stan Lee made a cameo in it. May he rest in peace. But one of the big things that I'm looking forward to, and it's not anywhere near any of us, is the Beauty and the Beast ride that was announced, I think it was last week, where we got to see a sneak peek of that. Oh my goodness, how amazing does that look? If you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But if not, I highly recommend it. It is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, the animatronics are so well done. It's unbelievable. They're so well done. It's unbelievable. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. So I don't even know why. I don't catch up. I haven't caught up with any Disneyland Paris things, and to be quite honest, I have literally no reason for it. I just don't know why I haven't. Oh, I highly recommend it. You too. Go when you get a spare minute. I'll go check it out now. Just it is really really cool. It looks so good. It really does. It really really does. I can't. I need to go to Tokyo even more now than I wanted to in the first place. Um, oh my gosh, just so there's just so much happening at the Disney parks that it's just so hard to even try and catch up with it all. It really is. Um, it's so entertaining and oh, just so many things and oh man, so good. And I can't even experience all of it because it's like physically impossible. Because by the time one thing's done, they've announced another thing, and I'm quite intrigued to see what they'll announce next year at D23. Um, I really am intrigued to see what they'll bring up there. Um, we'll have to see. Um, but oh man, so many good things coming. So many good things coming. What about you guys? Have you guys heard anything Disney news wise that I may have missed or that I've not seen yet? You've brought up quite a lot actually that I've not actually seen or well, I've heard but haven't seen. So I will have to get into gear a little bit more and bring this all together. Just Vlogmas, man. It's killing me. Yeah, I mean, it's actually good. It's actually good that they're up in their game because haven't they just recently officially started owning Disneyland Paris now, rather than having like someone like owning like loaning the land to? That's what I heard. I can't. I think that's right. Yeah, we know where to go for the all the Disneyland Paris news. It's the Disney grown ups. So we be sure to. Oh yeah, it really is. It really is. Oh man, I didn't think it was this hard, but I mean, I'm classing this as a video today. I literally had no idea, and I haven't even done anything today. To be fair, I got up late, and I've just been doing nothing. So I've just been doing like the normal things that people do in life, which is kind of boring. And I've not even had time to think of a video to do. And no problem. Everyone should just go check each other out. Absolutely, you got all you guys that are in the chat are just awesome. I feel I've been doing a good job. I feel I've been doing good. I've got a couple of videos planned. Um, one for possibly Monday or Tuesday. One for next Friday. Where I'm out and about, so I'm taking you guys with me there. But as for the rest of the days, I will figure something out. It's all pretty much like on the ball kind of stuff. So I, believe me, I am struggling too. I really, really am. Yeah. To be quite honest, it's been really good to do, but oh man, it's pushing me a little bit. not only with the fact that I'm uploading every day, but the fact that I'm trying to think of new ideas on the spot, at least with my... Oh, for sure. For sure. I bet... Oh, I bet that actually killed your hand, though, as well. Oh, man. But like I was saying, just thinking on the spot every day for a new video, it's like, what the heck do I do? You know, I've got ideas down in this book here. This book here, it's like my ideas book, and there's just so many ideas in there. But when you look at them each day, and it's just like, it's boring. I don't want to record this. I want to record something. I want to get them done and dusted, and I don't know what to do. Suffering, I haven't edited them. Oh man, yeah. I mean, fingers crossed next year when hopefully when I go to Disneyland, Disney World and Disneyland Paris, I'm hoping to have like time to edit them a little bit. I mean, I'm not gonna do a full idea for what you call it, for them. I'm not going to do a full edit, just come cut in and here and there. But hopefully I get the time to do it. If not, it will be just when I come back, and I'm not even sure how I'm going to do that. That's just another thing for another time. I might even like pre-record and stuff. I don't know. I'll figure that out when time comes. Full spiral review of Disney's A Christmas Carol, one of my ideas. It is not. It is not. Only because, I mean, it's a possibility, but is it really a spoiler review if everyone's like seen it once or twice? And to be quite honest, if I'm honest, I don't really watch Disney's Christmas Carol all that much. I actually prefer Muppets Christmas Carol. That's one of my favorites by far. That is one of my favorite Christmas movies. I love that one so much. I don't watch it all the time every year, but it's not one that's like it's on repeat, but it is there. It is there. I mean, it's just the way that they do it. It's the way that they bring across the animation of get out of it. Silly notifications. Yeah, we watch it once or twice every year, but it's not religiously. It's not like a tradition. It's not as religious as watching the Santa Claus or watching. I actually forgot one that I do watch every year. Actually, Jingle All the Way. That is by far one of my favorite like Christmas movies that is not a Disney movie. I love that movie so much. But yeah, I don't know what to do for videos wise. I mean, I'm trying to think on the spot every day. It's kind of hard, especially when you don't have those days in between to think of a video and record and have that day to edit it. Especially when you're doing it day. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Yeah, it's a tough cookie, but I'm glad I'm decided to do it. And to be quite honest, I've gained so much from it in terms of like feedback and comments and responding and everything. And I'm so glad for all the support from you guys. It's so cool. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't have it as rough as you. Yeah, that's hard. That's a tough one. Oh, my hair. I complain about my hair quite a lot. You know what? I was realizing the other day I was editing a video, and you guys won't see this, but I spent 5 minutes at the beginning of a video sorting my hair out. And then this was before I even put the hat on for Vlogmas. And I was like, why am I even doing this? My hair, it's not going to be seen anyway. So I spent 5 minutes just messing about with my hair just for for nothing pretty much. I was like, why am I doing this? What has my life come to? Yeah, so just the everyday struggles of recording a video. Bum bum bum. Oh, answer them in a minute. So I don't know. That's I've coming back to the news. I haven't seen anything else that I don't think everybody else has covered. So, in the spite of the next part of the title of this stream, does anybody have some questions that they would like to ask me, that they have been itching to ask me, whether it be Disney related or anything like that? Feel free to ask me down below, and I will answer them as honest as I can. Well, as honest as I can, I say. Super honest, Scout's Honor. So, whenever it's up to you guys. If you have anything you want to ask me, feel free to. Feel free to. Hey, RJ, how you doing? Thoughts on Disney's live-action remake of The Lion King? Now, this is kind of a mixed opinion, to be quite honest. I like the idea that they are remaking the movies. Ain't not at all a problem. And a big thank you to Disney Grown-Ups for keeping me in the loop with Disneyland Paris news. In terms of them remaking it, I'm glad that they're doing it. And I love the look of it. I really, really do. The talent they have got for it, I am beyond excited. Beyonce. James Earl Jones is returning as Mufasa, which is insanely cool. I am so glad about that. But I'm not sure how they're going to play it out. Now I haven't got a problem with it. But I read something before the trailer came out. It was a good few months before the trailer came out. See you later. Bye. Thank you for joining us. Hope you feel better. In terms of them doing it, I don't know whether it's true at all, but they were to make Simba homosexual. Now, I'm not entirely sure on that and how that's going to affect like the universe, because I know that the live actions are not actually remakes, they're retellings of the story. So they're kind of going off the originals from the basis of them, but they're not actually remakes of them, they're retellings of the said story. Kind of like how I heard that Will Smith as the genie for Aladdin is not going to try and outdo Robin Williams, but actually do his own thing as the genie, which I'm kind of glad that they're doing, that they're actually retelling the stories and not redoing them, because the animated classics are by far like they are classics. I mean, you've got Beauty and the Beast. I grew up with that from 1991. You've got The Lion King from 1994. Yeah, kind of like what they did with Maleficent. It's all kind of like retellings of the base of the story, because near enough all the stories that you hear from Disney are either Grimm Tales, Brothers Grimm Tales, or like the actual fairy tales, and they just like Disneyfy them in a sense. So then they kind of tell them in their own way, and then these live action ones seem to be like retelling the story of the story. So I kind of like how they're coming with it. And obviously from the look of it, it's not going to be like a a remake. It's going to be a return, which I'm excited to see how they do it. But in terms of all of that, I am kind of excited to see how they work both Aladdin and The Lion King like together in a live action. So fingers crossed that they're good, I suppose. All we can do is wait and see. I know that Lion King comes out July 19th, and when does Aladdin come out? I can't remember when Aladdin comes out. But another one that looks really good as well, live action wise, is Dumbo. Dumbo looks extremely good. It really, really does. I am excited to see that one. Personally, I'm not. Overall, over the years, I've kind of grown to love Tim Burton more and more. I mean, I can't wait to see what he does with Dumbo. I mean, I've seen the trailer and oh my gosh, it looks amazing. But I'm just wondering how it's all going to play out in the movie, to be quite honest, and what happens in the future of it all. And if all of these work out well, what other movies can we expect to be retold through live action? To be honest, I can't. Personally, I like all of the Disney princesses to be retold. Like Snow White, I'd love to see a Snow White live action, possibly. But then again, it's kind of like, would they do that because that's Walt's, like one of Walt's originals? Would they do that? Because what I've noticed is they are doing the ones that Walt. They're not. What I've noticed is they're doing the ones that Walt actually hasn't worked on. Well, besides Dumbo. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, Dumbo. He would have worked on Dumbo, so that's a complete like. Never mind. Forget that. Forget that one. Never mind that. I believe they said somewhere that they had 19. Yeah, I've seen they've had 19 remakes planned. There's quite a few actually. Give me one moment. I have the D23 magazine, so I'm just going to see if I can find the pages that everything that's announced for next year, movies wise, and see if there's any dates in there and stuff. So. Okay, so let's see where we're looking. I know it's near the back. It's near the back. We'll be right back after this commercial break. For sure, that is it. Let's see. I mean, okay, here we go. Okay, so the first thing that is coming out is January the 29th, Kingdom Hearts 3. Then Kim Possible, the Disney Channel original movie. Now, that's one that I'm kind of skeptical of because me growing up with Kim Possible, that was by far one of my favorite Disney Channel cartoons on there in the 90s. And I'm kind of a bit iffy on how they're going to do that. But because saying that, no disrespect to whoever works on the Disney Channel or anything like that, but their movies have been slacking a little bit and they're kind of awful. The only ones that I actually really do genuinely like is Descendants. They are fantastic. I mean, the first Descendants movie, if you haven't seen it, a little bit of a spoiler, Maleficent's in it. She turns into the dragon. Now, that CGI was just insanely good. So much so that they didn't even have that in the actual Maleficent movie, which was highly disappointing for Disney Disney movies making a Disney movie, but they had it in the Disney Channel original movie, which, you know, but it was so good. It was really, really cool. Then we've got Captain Marvel on March the 8th, which I'm excited to see. That looks so good. I mean, I'm finally glad that they are doing something with Captain Marvel, because she's more. I think she's an underrated superhero, to be fair. So I am kind of excited for that. I also heard that they're doing something with Black Widow. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that they're doing a original movie on her, like an origin story. I'm not too sure though. So maybe that's a thing that's happening. Avengers. Oh wait, March the 8th. Then we've got the Star Wars Celebration in the parks. Yeah. May the 24th, Aladdin is coming out, which is exciting. I can't wait to see that. May the 3rd, Avengers 4, which, to be fair, I'm kind of lacking on all the Avengers things. I haven't been watching it. March, Ant-Man and the Wasp Nano Battle. June the 21st, we have The Lion King, which... June 21st, sorry, we don't have The Lion King. That's July the 19th. July 21st, we have Toy Story 4, which, oh my gosh, I'm excited for as well. Although I am very, very confused on what they are going to do with the story, because a lot of people have been saying that it was done just right the way number 3 ended, where Andy passed his toys on to Bonnie. I totally agree. I really, really do agree that was a perfect way to end it. And to be quite honest, I don't know what's going to happen. I really, really don't. The only thing I can see is that from the trailer so far that I've seen is that the Spark guy, or whatever is he called, Forky? We'll call him the Spark guy. Oh yeah, Disney's going to have a huge summer. The Spark guy looks like he's an arts and craft from someone or something. And the only thing I can think of is that he knows he's not a toy. He's not supposed to be alive. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Disney is going to have a huge summer, but it goes through all the way. And you got Descendants 3 coming out in the summer. That's not been given an official date yet. Artemis Fowl on August the 9th. People have been saying that this looks really good. I haven't seen the trailer for this yet. I might have to go and have a look for the trailer and have a look. Wait, I know it's based on a book. Yeah, see that's what I heard of originally. They mentioned that it's supposed to be something to Bo Peep. They are doing an Artemis Fowl movie, yeah. I think I've read the books. But yeah, it comes out August the 9th. I think there's a trailer out that people have been raving about. Some of the movies probably won't do well. I agree. I agree. It's all about who it grabs, really. I mean, Toy Story 4, depending on what the story is. Again, it's just one of those that I don't think they need to do. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think they needed to do it. I mean, what I want them to do, I'm sure all of you will agree, is a Monsters Inc. sequel. We need that. We need to know what happens to Boo. I mean, sure, we've got the Pixar theory that suggests that Boo is the witch from Brave. Um, the burnt Star Wars out for the moment. Well, saying Star Wars, there is a new Star Wars movie planned for 2019 on December the 20th, episode 9. So, and a lot of people don't associate Marvel with Disney. I totally agree. Um, be, I think that's mainly because the people that don't follow Disney like heavily, or even if they do, I think it's still because the Universal has um, like characters in their park still. So until that's fully transitioned over, then maybe they will actually like begin to agree that it's fully like a Disney thing. Because I know that in Universal Studios Orlando they have Captain America, Spider Man, Wolverine, Storm. You've got like the X-Men, which now Disney officially own them. But obviously they own the Avengers as well. So they've got Spider Man, Captain America, Hulk. All of them. Yeah, I mean there are people that Marvel that don't realize it as well. So, I mean that could be another factor of it that they'd like. Well, why is Disney bringing out all these movies? What's going on? If you're not keeping up with it as much as you can, it's hard to miss. It really, really is. It's hard to like miss one thing. I mean, that thing with Fox, that happened instantaneously. That was like, where did that come from? Because the as far as I know, there wasn't any talk about them actually doing such a thing. Um, but what I found interesting about this is, oh wait a minute, is it in here? Did it have the official? Yes, yes, yes. Here we go. We have information on the streaming service as well. Not much, but it comes out late 2019. So I'm assuming end of November, December time ish. So that's the streaming service that's coming out, which I'm highly excited for as well. Um, but like I say, there's just so much Disney coming out, and like you're saying, Arms, if people don't realize that something's owned by Disney, it's just gonna it's just gonna go past them at a blink of an eye. It really, really is. Um, excuse me. Um, excuse me. It's very, very. There's so much going on Disney wise. There is one thing that I need to watch, and I haven't watched it, and I'm disappointed with myself. Once Upon a Deadpool, the PG-13 Deadpool mini movie type thing that I need to see. Um, that looks really, really fun. But yeah, there's just so much things, so many things coming and going to Disney that not only in the parks but movies, new things, old things that are being redone. It's just so many things. I'm kind of glad of them all, even though I won't be watching all of them. Because to be quite honest, I'm not a fan of the new Star Wars movies. I I really just, to be quite honest, I only really like 4, 5, 6. They're the ones that I really do enjoy. Um, 1, 2, and 3, not so much. I did watch 7 and I watched 8, and I was like, I'm not really keen on these. I watched a little bit of Rogue One and I was like, I don't really like this either. So I'm not a big fan of Star Wars at the moment. Um, but I've also heard that they're doing a new Indiana Jones movie as well, and I was just like, but why? Why are we doing a new Indiana Jones movie? We don't need any more. The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was by far far enough, to be quite honest, in my opinion. I kind of liked it. I liked the appeal of it that Indy came back, but oh man, it was the fact that he was coming back as if nothing had changed. I mean, how old is Harrison Ford now? He's got to be at least 75. I don't really think he's going to be wanting to use his whip and go digging for stuff much longer. Oh my gosh. Oh man, just give me one moment. I need to go grab a drink. Just give me a second. Oh my gosh. There we go. I feel a little bit better now. I kind of realized and remembered that I do need to drink because I'm not recording. So it's, so as I was saying, Indiana Jones, I don't really think. I know they own LucasArts, but I don't really think they should be doing anything with it, to be fair. Seriously. It doesn't seem like a safe investment. In terms of Star Wars versus Indiana Jones, people don't watch Indiana Jones anymore. Me personally, as a child, I actually did prefer Indiana Jones. I loved Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Last Crusades. I loved them all. And I think my favorite was probably Raiders of the Lost Ark, though. And it was just so good. And then they brought out Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It was okay. It was watchable. It was watchable. But to be quite honest, I don't really think they should be doing anything else with it. Maybe incorporate a little bit more into the parks, maybe. Maybe a ride at Disney World, because I know Disney World doesn't have a ride. They just have the stunt show at Hollywood Studios. But to be quite honest, personally, more movies isn't a good idea in my opinion. So I don't know. I'm not too sure. Yeah, drink lots of water. Yeah. I kind of forgot I was not live. I was live streaming for a minute. Excuse me. So, does anybody else have any other questions for me? I'm excited to answer some more. This has been fun. I've enjoyed this. It's been really, really cool. I might have to do this more often. Tell you what, I am looking forward to. I'm looking forward to Mary Poppins Returns. I really, really am. I still need to go watch Ralph Breaks the Internet as well, actually. So many cool things coming out, and I'm so excited. It really, really is. Intriguing. Oh, thank you. I try to be. It's all about you guys, though. You guys are awesome. I truly appreciate all your support. Um, I really, really do. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate your input as well within all of this. Um, you kept the conversation going. Um, I'm not too sure now. All the Disney news I have seen has been done. Um, just up to you guys if you've got any more questions that you want to ask me. Um, and if so, what would you like to see Florida or the US change to make others more welcome, other than prices? Um, mhm. I don't know actually. I mean, me personally, not actually living in the US or Florida as like a state. I think, um, I think maybe I don't know. I can't. I mean, I'm not too sure to be fair. Um, I mean, over here we're very. I mean, we're very lucky to have like, especially when it comes to Disney, when you book a Disney holiday on their website and things, or even through like a travel agent, like you get everything included. So it's kind of like you get like the whole thing included, like dining plan and things like that. Other than the price, I mean, I'd like to see. Yeah, I think a fifth gate would be ideal. I mean, in terms of the parks, I think they need to um, keep keep updating them as much as they can. Obviously, Toy Story Land is huge. Star Wars Galaxy Edge is going to be huge. Um, but in terms of um, the other ones, I really want them to. I mean, I found out the other day that um, I want them to update Epcot a little bit more. Now there is some rumours that this is going around, and um, there is a video on it from Michael K. So if you are subscribed to him or go and check him out, he does explain the possibilities of where a new land could go, because I've heard and many others have heard that the next land that they are going to do at World Showcase is Brazil. Now I'm not too sure about that, but it does seem quite possible that it could be Brazil, because it's been a fair amount of time since Epcot was updated. Excuse me, which is kind of disappointing to be fair. Um, I mean, Epcot is one of my favorites. There's just so many great rides in terms of it, and World Showcase is such a unique thing that it should be updated. Um, Again, yeah, I've heard. I mean, I've heard about the overcrowding as well. Yeah, still not turning people away. Um, I mean, the only thing I could think of is, would it be possible for them to do like multiple entrances to a park, like have one at the front and have one at the end, or would that? In fact, that I don't think that would. No, that wouldn't work. That's just kind of stupid. Um, that wouldn't work because that'd be bringing in like double the amount of people. Um, I, um, I wouldn't know how to. I don't know that. I'm not sure about that. I had an idea and it wasn't the greatest, so we'll. I'm not sure about that one. Um, hmm. I think the big thing for overcrowding is that it's bound to happen, and obviously turning people away, it is kind of like disappointing if it happens to you. Um, so if it happens to you, turning like being turned away, it is kind of sad, but at the same time, it's kind of bound to happen, especially on those really busy times as well. Half of Epcot is identityless. Identity. Yeah, I mean, it really is. I mean, there's just so much possibilities they can do with Epcot, and I know they're doing the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster, but again, that's in Future World. And for me personally, I know that is like a big thing for Epcot, but does it really belong in Epcot? I mean, isn't Epcot for the future of what's to come and what could possibly be that could possibly happen? I mean, look at Spaceship Earth. That explains the whole of technology. Um, and obviously, Epcot isn't nowhere near what Walt wanted for Epcot to be or look like. Um, I mean, you're absolutely right. You really are. Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland and Epcot's Future World are land that time forgot. I mean, Tomorrowland, as much as I love it, I really, really do. It's by far one of my favorite lands in Disney World, Magic Kingdom. It has been forgotten. I mean, and again, this is another thing where I have to say that Paris has it well, because Paris, it's stuck in time. It's based on Jules Verne. It's Steampunk era is old, but it's also new. And in terms of Disney World and Disneyland, in fact, let's not even get into Disneyland. Let's just keep on Disney World. Disney World, like Tomorrowland Speedway, that needs updating big time. It really, really does. I mean, we have cars now. We have electric cars. We have more than what that could actually offer, and it needs a massive, massive overhaul. Um, it's magic. Tomorrowland is just. It really needs updating. It needs renovating. It needs futurizing. Um, and it's all well and well having all those things in it that supposedly are the land of tomorrow, like the People Mover and the Tomorrowland Speedway. But then you've also got things that just don't fit there, like Mike Wazowski's Laugh Floor and um, what else is there? Stitch's Great Escape has just recently gone, which thank goodness. As a huge, huge Stitch fan, I am highly disappointed in what that was. Um, I really am disappointed with what that actually became. It was awful. Um, but Tomorrowland really needs updating. It really does. As for Epcot, Epcot is so far away from Walt's envisionment. It is unbelievable. It really, really is. It's just it's it's so far gone from what Walt would have wanted to be. If he was still alive, personally, I think he would be severely disappointed with Epcot in general, more so than whatever's become of his actual Disneyland. Um, I mean, Epcot is just not. It's it's good for what it is. I mean, the World Showcase is a good thing, and I'm glad that they, have that opportunity for people to try different foods from around the world, that may not be able to go to those places, or who actually just want to stay in the comfort of Disney and try exotic foods. I get that. That's a good idea. But Future World, again, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things that just doesn't feel like it belongs. It needs to be updated. Yeah, I do enjoy. I mean, I remember walking around it back in 2011. It was beautiful. It really, really was beautiful. And I'm not saying that it's not a good idea now, but I'm just saying that Walt really, to be quite honest, in my opinion, wouldn't be proud of what Epcot has become. Because let's remember, Walt wanted Epcot to be a place where people could live and experiment and have, the progression of the whole future. That's what he wanted, and it's so far from that. It's unbelievable. Almsy, sorry, I missed your question. Have you ever watched Saving Mr. Banks? Thoughts? I have watched Saving Mr. Banks a fair few times. Things I want to say about Mr. Banks. Tom Hanks did a tremendous job playing Mr. Disney. By far, top-notch, stellar job. I loved it. The Sherman brothers in it were fantastic. Emma Thompson as P.L. Travers was, again, fantastic. I loved it. I love the background of how Mary Poppins came to be, with her father being an alcoholic and dying from, I'm assuming, a liver failure. Just so much. So it was such a good film. It really, really was. I love the story of it. I love the whole battle between Disney and Travers. Yeah, I can't pronounce that. That thing. Yeah, that word that I can't pronounce. Yeah, it was a good movie, and I have to admit, the first time I cried, I kind of grew an attachment to Travers' dad. I cried a little bit, not gonna lie. It's such a good film though. I love the battle between Disney and Travers and how it all came to be, and it was great. I loved it. Laugh Floor is cool to us, what Hollywood Studios. Agreed. It should be in Hollywood Studios, because I feel that I don't think they're there anymore, but Streets of New York are towards Pixar Place. It should be there, because let's remember, you've got Monsters Inc. there anyway. You've got Monsters Inc. You've got Mike there and Sully. Now I know they're in Tomorrowland as well, but again, Monstropolis isn't a land of tomorrow. It's a land of a parallel universe that works alongside our world. Well, showcase is beautiful and nifty, but needs to do more. Needs more to do. Yeah. I mean, I have to agree. Epcot is quite pricey, but I mean, in the long run, please notifications. In the long run, I mean, it is expensive, but I think that even if you're just looking around, I think that's still just as good as an experience as if you're, going there for a day out or watching illuminations or what have you. Not like Cott's vision. It seemed like it would have been unsustainable. I mean, yeah, I agree with that, and I agree with that. And I think that that's what happened with Tomorrowland, because let's uh, let's think of. Let's look at Disneyland for a moment. Walt's Disney, Walt Disney's Walt's Tomorrowland was something that he imagined, and that um, that update in was it 98 when they did Tomorrowland 2055, and then they just completely ruined Tomorrowland. And not only does that need an update, but so does the one at Disney World. Now, I mean, Tomorrowland to me was kind of like what Walt wanted to envision for Epcot, in a sense that it was always growing, it was always going to change. And then as years progressed and as Walt passed away, things just became stationary. Like nothing in Tomorrowland or Epcot was moving forward in the right direction. Um, so I think that Tomorrowland is obviously it's hard to keep changing the future when the future is pretty much every single second of the day, and we can't predict the future and what's going to happen, because as far as we know, 10, 15 years, what's going to be the right mode of transport, are what's what is going to be the future of us now. But then come 10, 15 years, when it's updated again, it's going to be need updating again, because new technological advances are going to, come across and eventually make their appearance, and then Disney's going to need to update everything again. And it's just so hard to keep on top of it, especially when you're trying to write tomorrow, when you can't really write the future because the future hasn't happened yet. And that's really tough to get the Imagineers to understand that they can't actually update everything. And to me personally, I think that Tomorrowland will always be a land of the past, because as soon as it's updated, something new's come out. And it's the same with Epcot. If they were ever to change Epcot to how Walt wanted to do it, I think that it would be a land of the past again, rather than a land of the future. Hi, Sarah, how are you doing? Um, let's see. Almsy, you asked me a question. If you could design a Disney themed video game, what would you want it to be? Um, good. I'm glad to hear it. What would I want it to? A Disney themed video game. Now, personally, I'm not too sure. My favorite types of games are like open world games, like being able to decide what you want to do, um, and um, RPGs and rhythm games. So rhythm games they already have with like, um, I'm pretty sure they have like a karaoke type thing. Open world type games. One that's, I mean, they tried to do it with Disney Infinity, and that didn't work out so well, because every time they brought out a new Disney Infinity game, you had to buy new figures with it, and it was just a right pain in the neck, and it was such a money grab scheme. I didn't really like it at all. Um, so personally, if I was to make or have a chance to have a say in a Disney game, I would probably do an open world type game where you were able to go have to go through like a main portal type thing. Um, Genius of classic Disney properties. It is timelessness is the genius of Disney. It really is. I mean, even though it is in the past, it still feels new in a sense, I guess. And I don't know, it's just one of those things, I think. Back to the question. But yeah, it would have to be in like a main like portal area, kind of like if you guys remember Crash Bandicoot, how that worked, where each portal was like a different like level. The way I would work it is that I would want each level starting right from the beginning of like the start of when Walt did like animation and things like that, going all the way back to like Laugh-O-Grams and Alice comedies, Oswald when he was doing Oswald, and like onwards and upwards, soaring and soaring. I think that would be a good one where you get to like put your own twist on the cartoons and things like that, and you have to do like the all. You can explore like the areas and things and create like your own kind of like story within it, and possibly change how the story would have affected the whole of like the Disney thing. I think that would be a pretty cool idea, to be fair. Um, there is one. It's called Disneyland Adventures on the Xbox. But the only problem is it's set in California and it's not actually fully up to date. Um, Again, yeah, Almsey, that's another game as well. I'll get to that in a second. Um, Disneyland Adventures is based in California at Disneyland, and you can go through all the different lands there, meet characters, and do some like do quests for them, collections and things like that. You get to do like the rides and do the mini games and things. What I would actually like to see, again, another one of my favorite games is simulation games, is I would like to see a game where you get to create your own Disney park. I think that would be a cool idea. Like, I've not done one in so long, but if you guys remember my Planet Coaster videos where I was making the fan-made Disney World Magic Kingdom, I like to see that way you could actually have the chance to open the characters, the meet and greets, have like specific rides for specific lands, get to create your own. Excuse me, that kind of thing. I think that would be really, really cool. In terms of Almsey's point, Mickey is your companion. Oswald the Rabbit is the misunderstood antagonist. There is a game called like that, and it is called um, what's it called now? Oh, that's it. Epic Mickey 2: The Power of Illusion. Um, yeah, the lands are off. They're not fully updated in Disneyland Adventures, which is kind of unfortunate for people. Um, Epic Mickey 2: The Power of Illusion, you got to play as Mickey, obviously being a Disney game. And it was when they first got Oswald back. I think it was like 6 months, 7, 8 months after they got Oswald back rights wise from Universal. And they brought um, like Oswald into a upside down like filled area where it was Disneyland, but it was all like broken and torn apart and more like a platformer. And that was a really cool idea. I like that game. I really, really did. It was really, really cool. It was really enjoyable. The story was good. It was very story driven. And it was just great to see like Oswald in like that kind of like how he feels he's been treated ever since Mickey was made. Like he was forgotten, he was pushed away because the whole point of the story is that Oswald was supposed to be the face of Disney, and then obviously because Disney didn't own Oswald, it was Universal, and obviously Charles Mint and his wife owned them at the time. You know, they didn't get the chance. I don't think that it was a really good idea. It was a really good idea. It was a good game at the time. I really enjoyed it, and it was really, really good. And I hope that whether they bring a new one out or I get to play it on the channel at some point, that'd be cool. I just play it in myself in general. Adventures won't for no one. Okay, Amzi, thank you for joining us. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Bye. Enjoy your dinner. Let's see. I'm seriously trying video games for trying best in volunteers. Disney could use a make your own park game to gather new or popular ideas. That's a really good idea, actually. I really like that. That is really, really cool. I think that's a really cool idea. That I think that they should actually look into doing that, because personally, I think that so many people could have so many good ideas for the Imagineers that they could incorporate into or eventually use into the parks, whether it be a new land or a ride in a land. I mean, the amount of people that are that passionate about Disney, I mean, the possibilities are endless. And I think that'd be a really good idea to see and do such a thing. So, yeah, that'd be really cool. I really like that. That'd be, oh, excuse me, that'd be really cool to see, actually. I think that would be a top-notch idea. But in terms of video games wise, personally, Disney's kind of hit and miss with video games. They either proper nail it on the head and bring you an absolute amazing game. And the last one I can think of is, well, the two that I can actually think of is obviously Square Enix is a big part in it, but Kingdom Hearts, Epic Mickey, and I really like Disneyland Adventures as well, even though it wasn't the greatest. Those are my three favorites that I can think of at the moment from like newer times. Then you've got games that just didn't do so well, kind of like the ones they base off movies like Cars. They did a Cars 2, Cars 3. Not Cars 3, they've done a Cars 2. I don't think they did a Cars 3 one. But they just base them off the movies, and it's just not great. In terms of games that I do want to play Disney-wise, they have just recently brought out Lego Incredibles, which I really want to have a go at. So I'm going to look at getting that for the PS4 eventually. I think that'll be a cool game to play on the channel at some point, and just for myself in general. But yeah, there's just Disney kind of hit and miss with the parks and stuff, with the games and stuff. Sorry. So I think that they should really their department for gaming, they should really think about what they're doing and how they want to bring across a game. And I think that they should do that. Do more research for how they do games and things like that. Park up in mind, along similar lines, how about a game full of Imagineers, grand ideas that didn't get to? See, I think also that would be quite a good game. Yeah, I think that would be quite interesting to see. Or, the ideas that, yeah, could be from options that you choose from. Exactly, yeah. I think both of yours together, Adventure Waits for No One and Park Hopping Mad, yours kind of go together. I think that you, in the same game, that if you were to make your own park, you have your own section of like Imagineers, an Imagineers section, where it's like ideas that weren't built, but are actually like kind of wanting to be in a park, but haven't really found the right place to be in it. So it'd be up to you to like incorporate it and change about and get that like ultimate like goal for the park in a sense. I think that'd be a really cool idea to do so. Actually, I really, really do. Um, there's so many great things that Disney could do games wise within the genres. Um, I really, really do hope that they choose to incorporate on some more gaming ideas, um, and eventually bring us the games that we want to play and choose to, want to play. Um, yeah, I think that'd be really cool, actually. I think that'd be really cool. Another one that I think would be cool to play as well or have would be one where you get to create your own, like Disney like creations, not in terms of like rides and things, but in terms of like cartoons, movies, and go from the start of it, the start of like Disney, all the way up to like present day, and it gets like updated, so you can like work your way from like hand drawn animation all the way up to like 3D animation. I think that'd be really cool to do. And if you guys know of the movies, that game where you can make your own movies in like Hollywood and things like that, that kind of game, but for Disney. Yeah, then we can, yeah, for the yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Then we compete to get some most attendees and money. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool idea. Someone get onto Disney. Someone get onto Disney and get on that. I think that'd be cool. Let's get on that. Oh man. Yeah, like funny little skits, like the comedy skits, like cartoon comedy skits, where you just get like a hammer and just like make like a hole in the floor or something, that kind of thing. Comic, classic cartoon comedy. Um, that'd be cool to do. That'd be cool to do. I'd like to see how if in the future these ideas ever get there, I'd like to see how they. Cartman Land. Uh, is that from South Park? I'm thinking that's South Park. I've not watched South Park in so long. Oh, lordy, lordy. Uh, I tell you what was a good game, and it wasn't Disney. I think they should do one like primarily like Disney should do one like this. But I don't know if you guys remember it or if you ever saw it. But there was a Universal one where you got to explore Universal Studios Hollywood. And you got to like do like kind of like how Disneyland Adventures worked, but you actually got to like ride the rides, and you got to like explore and talk to like characters, and Woody Woodpecker was there, and people from Jurassic Park, I think, and ET, and it was a really cool game. It really, really was. I enjoyed that game. That was really cool. I think Disney should take a leaf out of that. I know they tried to do it with Disneyland Adventures, but thank you so much for joining us, Adventure Waits for No One. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Um, but yeah, that was a cool thing. Um, I've not watched South Park in so long though. I think, guys, I might end the live stream here. It is near enough. Yeah, I was just about to. I know I was just about to say I'm going to end the live stream now. So thank you all so much for joining me. This has been so fun. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate your support. I love you guys. Until the next video, stay classy, Zach Pack.